Jack. That's probably the gayest entrance ever, but okay. I'm just going to talk to you about some Warrior 5.2 changes. These are quite good and bad. I'd say more bad for DPS, but it's really staying the same for Protection Warriors as what I would like. Let's get stuck in. The benefit from haste from items and consumables has been increased by 100% for all warriors. Me being proc, this doesn't really mean much. It's not really helping, it's not doing nothing, but for DPS this could just mean more DPS output, so it could help in a way. Blade Storm can no longer be disarmed. This is quite because at the moment Blade Storm is not really used by warriors because of the CCF shockwave and the damage that Dragon Roar can do with all cooldowns popped. The next one is defensive stance. This now reduces damage by 15%. This was 25%. In my opinion, this is quite a silly change. I don't really know why they've done it, because as a warrior you should be able to go defensive in PvP. You should be able to mitigate some damage. I know 25% may be too much, but in my eyes it's perfectly fine because you can get killed by good players. The next one is Unwavering Sentinel. Now improves the damage reduction of defensive stance by 10% for Protection Warriors. This is just basically bringing your defensive stance back up to 25%, what it normally is in 5.1, but they've changed it at the moment. Well, they're changing it in 5.2, so all the DPSs get 15%, which is iffy. Next one is about Second Wind. There's been a few variations which have changed on this recently, but at the moment it's saying that Second Wind will no longer regenerate health whilst the warrior is stunned. This is obviously quite bad for DPS warriors, arms warriors in PvP, arena and battlegrounds, because you kind of rely on Second Wind to keep you alive. Obviously you want to go defensive, maybe pop shield wall or so, but this is like bread and butter of just keeping you alive. You just need to LOS and just do it. The next one is about Warbringer. This now reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds and 8 seconds in PvP. In addition to its other effects, the 3-second stun and knockback is now in the diminishing returns category for stuns, same as Shockwave and Stormbolt, so this is DRing with some of the other warrior skills. It's not that bad. Obviously you just need to know when to use it and not DR it. The next one is Impending Victory. This is not really used, I don't believe, by a lot of Protection Warriors. I'd say definitely not by DPS as what Second Wind's doing at the moment. This is now going to heal the warrior for 15% of maximum HP when they have not slain an enemy, so that was 10%, so you can just use this on cooldown, which I think is 30 seconds. That's okay. I may try it out next patch, see if it works here and there, but the nerf to Second Wind, you're kind of getting stunned quite a bit whilst you are in dungeons, but there's other things you can use, shield block, shield wall, and so on. Next changes for arms. Taste for Blood has been completely redesigned. It now causes the warrior to gain 2 stacks of overpower, maximum of 5 stacks. When the Mortal Strike deals damage, 1 stack when the target dodges, and no longer interacts with the Heroic Strike. It now requires level 20. This was level 50. I don't really understand that at the moment. It doesn't seem that bad, but you can see why they've done it, because Taste for Blood was, you could say OP, but you had to get the stacks for it. I don't think it was that bad, but obviously if you got lucky and got the stacks, you were able to one-shot people with all cooldowns up. The next one is Overpower, costing 10 rage. I don't know what Overpower costs at the moment, but that can't be that bad. it's not exactly, well, it is quite a damage dealer, but now the Taste for Blood is like completely redesigned. You may not be using it as much, so that can be used here and there, which 10 rage isn't that bad either. And then the last change is for Fury, and this is Blood Surge. It's now reduced the rage cost of Wild Strike by 30%, by 30, not 30%, and this was 20. The duration has been increased by 15 seconds as well. This was 10 seconds. I think this is a plus for warriors. Basically, what it's done is just gave us a bit more damage with no rage, basically. Some people could say that this is going to get a bit silly because Fury Warriors will be able to do a lot more damage as time goes on, with fully geared obviously, but way. And that is all of the warrior changes at the moment, so these are not definite. Just keep checking on MMO Champion or Arena Junkies. I don't know if they have it on there. They could do, or just put it in Google. 5.2 changes. Alright, that's all from me. I'll see you next time, bitches.